Hey, what is up, you guys? This is Anto here, and it's gonna be a short video, or I think it's gonna be a short video. Kind of a cool interaction I found from a Reddit thread. Thread didn't get much fanfare, didn't get many upvotes, not many people saw it. But it's a cool thing that it's really clunky, but I'm sure there's a way to get around the clunk with kind of balancing duration and attack speed and cooldown recovery. And that is the interaction between Earthquake Amplification and Chieftain's Tawhoa for his strength. Now, let's talk about Earthquake in general. Earthquake is a skill that you attack once, and then it has a duration of... I have duration scaling on the tree, but it's just 1 second by default. So after 1 second, it explodes in an aftershock that deals 150% more damage and 30% more damage if you have quality. So 180% more damage. And at level 20, it has damage effectiveness and attack damage of 150%, which means that in total it deals, I think the math comes out to 420% if I'm not mistaken. Can't really remember. I think it's 420. So you get one attack of 150, and then 1 second later you get a hit of 420, which is fine and dandy. And most people scale this by using less duration support and picking up, you know, the less to reduce skill effect durations here and the less skill effect duration mastery to reduce the time it takes to it to pop off to get more DPS. Now, with Earthquake Amplification, you do the exact opposite. It incentivizes scaling duration up rather than down, because it gives 15% more damage with hits per 0.1 seconds duration. And that's quite a bit. If you have a 1 second duration, it's 150% more damage, 2 second duration is 300% more damage, so on and so forth. Now, the issue with this is that, one, it's incredibly delayed. Because right here I have a 3.99 second duration. Your damage is really delayed. If you add on increased duration support to it, which actually increases your DPS, it becomes even more delayed. And it's waiting, and then it goes off. Now, it's still, they both retain the line that says, third line here, cracks created before the first one is erupted will not generate their own aftershocks. So you cannot spam the skill in order to get more aftershocks. You basically can't create more cracks that generate aftershocks before the aftershock is erupted. However, if we take Tawhoa for his strength, this adds a little dude, which is a Mirage Chieftain, that every 1 second, I have cooldown recovery gear on, let me take that off real quick. Every 1 second cooldown, they trigger a non-vol strike or slam skill at 100% damage effectiveness. Which, well, not damage effectiveness, just 100% damage equivalency of your skill. So if you have an Earthquake with a 1 second cooldown and a 1 second attack time, it's basically going to double your damage because you're going to get your attack and the Mirage Chieftain's attack. Now, the cool thing is that each chieftain has their own own timer for Earthquake. So if you put in Earthquake Amplification, Pulverize, increased duration, and then we go to somewhere like, let's go, let me get a bit more survivability here. I think I have a pure development runner somewhere. There we go. Let's probably get a life tap here real quick. Life tap, okay. Now let's go somewhere like, now this is going to be low damage because it's not built for this. But I'm just showing you the, take off increased duration. Oh wait, that's MAME, Jesus. That's not life tap. Technical difficulties here, 1 second. We have increased duration, so it's not as long. So basically, this combination of things, although the damage is still incredibly delayed, it allows you to create more aftershocks than would normally be possible. You can create aftershocks while your previous aftershock is going off. So normally you'd be able to only create one aftershock, but this you can just spam aftershocks. And we can stack up a bunch of aftershocks that then go off every 1 second. Now if we have cooldown recovery rate, we can get the cooldown recovery rate of our Tawhoa shows to be 0.76, and I have an attack time of 0.79, which is perfect. It's just over. Because I should be getting a proc every single time I hit. Yeah. So all the damage is incredibly delayed. I wish I was doing less damage. Let me take out this and just use like my fist. So every 0.76 seconds we're going to get an explosion, which with like a 5-second duration, I think a 5-second duration, it's 1275% damage effectiveness. 1275% of attack damage with a 5-second duration. So essentially you have a 5-second startup period, and then after that you have every cooldown, if your cooldown and your attack speed are close, so one's not going over the other, you will get your earthquake every single time, which is a really cool interaction. It's like starting up an old lawnmower. It takes a while to get going, but once it starts going, it starts chunking. Now, of course, I'm just using my bare fist here, so it's doing absolutely no damage. But the damage possibility of this is quite high. The issue is that if you start your chain of getting your stuff going and the boss moves, you're going to miss most of your damage. However, if you have stuff like pulverize and blood and sand and other increases to area of effect, you can get quite big. And here we have aftershocks. It has 78% more area of effect, and that's a more multiplier. And this is also more multiplier on area of effect. So those are multiplicative, and then it's also multiplicative with your increases, because your increases first, and then your more multipliers, then your other more multipliers. So if you can get your damage high enough to like one-shot mobs on the initial hit, you're golden. And then just for bosses, you can kind of just get your stuff going where it just starts the chain of the every 0.767 seconds detonation chain. If you have the same amount of cooldown I have, which is not that much, I only have 18 and 13. That's kind of the max you can get. Max you can get is 20 and 20, but I have 31 right now, and you can get 40. So, but basically that is it for today. I'm planning builds for next league. I'm trying to figure out what I want to play next league, because I'm kind of done with this one. So, but this is a cool interaction. I might play around with it more, and peace out, you guys.